Action.
Okay, so I'm a conservative today. Now, conservatives, we actually think that this country's really not that bad, okay? There are small problems and modifications that need to change to make it more effective, such as incorporating technologies and stuff, but let's do it slowly. Whenever you get really extreme change, you get really bad mistakes, okay? I understand wanting to update or modify things, but people just throw babies out with the bathwater. I mean, it's ridiculous. We need some, I hate it when people use this term because it makes it sound negative, but sometimes the Band-Aid approach is the best approach right now. Okay? Education is not a bad system. We became first in the world for productivity, so it can't be that bad. Can you kill that? Not literally, please. Okay? So, first here and then over to Austin. Yes.
How do you feel about how we keep separation of church and state, but how marriage is still not separated between church and state?
I'm sorry, what is that?
So America is separated between church and state, or supposed to be. How do you feel that marriage is still being, like, connected to church and state together? Like gay marriage laws.
Our society has dictated what the norms are. That is this is an institution and an alignment between family and government for centuries.
I'm getting this.
It really irritated me again myself.
Because she stopped talking.
You have to show the reason.
So, to take the government out of that would be to also take out our ability to give tax breaks for people who are trying to build a life. We're making it harder for people to support each other if they get ill, okay? Because there are certain things that you need clearance from your closest relative, and if you have decided your closest relative is now your wife or this person that you love, you need to have some sort of formal agreement in front of the government so that that person has the ability to care for you, whether your parents or your family agree with that person or not. Okay, so there are legitimate government impacts that are necessary with marriage. Also, it's a manifestation of our culture. We still have a fairly decent institution of marriage going on in this country. Okay? The only thing we've done is make it easier for people to quit. Okay? Sure, family's going to fall apart because family and building a home and an environment is hard. Having it be more difficult to just walk away, I would think would be superior for the health of the country as well as the health of your family. So not only should this still continue, it should be protected. Once again, move slow. When it comes to other issues around marriage, that's a separate question. But the institute of marriage should be sanctioned by the government. Next question.
You were going over your conservative thoughts, and you said the Band-Aid approach is the best approach.
Get a piece of paper.
Define what you mean by the Band-Aid approach. Do you mean like go little by little?
Kind of. Small changes. Small changes to fix little wounds. I don't think there's anything systemically wrong with this country. Okay? We're a republic, which means that the people who are more educated and have more of a vested interest in this country rise to the top to take leadership. We have a democratic voting system to put those representatives in power. so that we have an effect on our government. We have capitalism, which allows us to do with our money and with our ideas what we can. You know, I have no problems with the basic structures of this country. It's solid. What I'm noticing is that things are starting to go downhill as we try and change them for the better. The schools used to be good in this country. Okay? There's no reason why they shouldn't be now. Sure, people are having a harder time in some areas, but that's where you get into teacher training, proper teacher training. How about some accountability for teachers who aren't effectively teaching their students? You know? If I as a teacher am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you guys should be able to handle this stuff and be able to do it. You know, also, if somebody's choosing to flunk themselves, why are we forced to run begging after them to go to school? That's their decision. They want to drop out, fine. Let them deal with the truancy, please. That shouldn't be the effective use of school time. They want to throw themselves out of school, let them throw themselves out of school. Personal accountability. You don't get freedom without having risk. You don't have freedom without having accountability. You have the choice to be a student or not. That means you get to suck up the consequences of being thrown out of school for non-attendance and having to get a job with an inferior education. Enjoy. Your decision. Nobody forced you to leave. Nobody's begging you to cut. And if they are, you should have the chutzpah to be able to stand up to that. Suck it up, kidlets. This world's yours. Yeah. Huh? Oh, chutzpah? It's a Yiddish term. Yiddish is a form of a hybrid between European language, usually German, and Hebrew. It's a Jewish language. And chutzpah is kind of like cojones, but like balls. Well, it goes beyond that. Ropp, oh, really? Thanks for the great amount of time to get fucking over there. All right.
I was recording this wrong.
The best description of chutzpah I've ever heard was chutzpah is a person who has chutzpah is like a guy who murders his parents and then throws himself on the mercy of the court because he's an orphan. That's pretty fucking ballsy.
Okay.
That
is pretty ballsy.
Okay? So you should have that, alright? You should have that ability. Yeah, favorite definition of chutzpah. Everybody needs a little chutzpah, but not too much. Okay, that was frightening. So, as a conservative, I honestly think that things are good the way that they are. I think that traditional values are best. I think parents should stay home with their kids. I think parents are the people who should be the main moral instructor to our children. That is not the place of school. We are supposed to be teaching our children what empathy is. Things of that nature. You're not going to tell my kids what's appropriate and inappropriate behavior. That is not the school's job. Teach them the information they need for a livelihood and stop at anything else. If my kid wants to learn something a little more different, they can go to college and pay for it. Okay. Definitely turn in your work. I'm going to be taking it home and reading it. I meant to get up on Friday and do that, but I was wasted. Not, that sounded bad. I was really sick.
You were drugged.
Alright.
Druggy.
Don't say taste ball.
Oh, hi. Miss Ropp, I had a really good question I wanted to ask.
Wait, record it.
Record what? No! If you want, you can come fourth period, see me over there in portable tea.
Yes, ma'am, I shall interview you.